helmets are now compulsory, so it's definitely a lifesaver, and I don't go anywhere without my Triple B Maestro helmet. Make sure it's got Australian safety standards, so that's Australian safety standard sticker, that it's been through a rigorous process and it's legal in Australia. Make sure it's good, fits well, not too tight, not too loose, don't want it to wobble around. Make sure it's fastened up so it just fits comfortably and not restrictive at all. I spend a few hours a week riding my bike all around the Adelaide suburbs, and still see too many people not obeying road rules. People my age, middle-aged men in lycra, weekend warriors like we call them sometimes. Yeah, look, the road rules are very important to obey everything, because it gives everyone else a bit of a bad reputation. You know, if the give way sign or stop sign, do give way. I see people do all sorts of weird things. I think it's very important. Just think about the reputation that you're giving all other cyclists. You know, a few people, it's only a few people, kind of give everyone else a bad name in cycling, and you know, that reflects badly and makes the drivers more angry than they already are, and we don't want that. We don't want to upset people too much. So obey the road rules, and that's definitely very important for everyone, not just for yourself. Think about everyone else. I think what's very important as well, a safety tip, ride in a predictable manner. I still see too many people, you know, just crossing the roads and flying around roundabouts. You kind of confuse everyone in traffic, so you have to really realise we're not alone on the road. So I always try and ride in a predictable manner, and if I see a pothole ahead of me and I have to swerve, you know, I put my hand out to the right if I'm going to the right. I use my hand signals, go to the left if I'm going to the left to avoid a pothole. Just not only the cyclists behind me, but also for the drivers around me. Another tip, which is important, I think, anyhow, is that, yeah, I definitely use hand signals, you know, whether I'm riding in a big group or a small group, or even if I'm riding by myself. Always, you know, if I'm indicating to go swerve a little bit right because I have to go around an obstacle, parked car, maybe it's a bus, whatever, yeah, if I'm going to move over, even if I'm moving over a metre or two, I'm still signalling to the cars behind me that, hey, I'm moving over, have a quick look. When it's safe to do so, past the obstacle in front of me. But definitely hand signals, don't be afraid to use your hands. Very important safety tip is to be seen. To be safe, to be seen, I've always got this fluoro orange vest around me. I've got the Ride for a Reason kit on, and that's also purposely designed to be as bright as it can be. Yeah, don't try and camouflage yourself out there in traffic. The drivers have enough trouble seeing you, so try and have a bright vest or shoes or gloves, or maybe even a fluoro helmet. And obviously together with that, you've got the light going day and night, and it's always going, and then you'll have a better chance of being seen. Another important tip is always be in control of your bike, whether you're riding a racing bike or a mountain bike or a flat bar bike or whatever bike you're riding. Yeah, always have my hands firmly on the handlebars. Roads are not great condition. There's potholes everywhere. We've had a very rainy few years, so we all can relate where the road conditions are really bad nowadays. So yeah, always have a firm grip, and I'm only taking my hands off the handlebars to indicate which way I'm going. Cycling is very relaxing. It's therapeutic. It can be really great hypnotic pastime for you. It's addictive, but you always have to pay attention, and my eyes are always hovering around. Don't trust anybody, and you could well get doored at any time, so always looking ahead and always leaving enough room for that unexpected maneuver. Try and anticipate a situation, and if it's going to be too dangerous, you know, sometimes I do, the safest thing is I unclip, and I may well go into the footpath or walk around any obstacles, or if there's traffic jam, sometimes it's not worth rushing through the middle of two parked cars and all. because it just becomes a little bit too dangerous. So try and think ahead that, hey, you know what, we're in a heavy traffic at the moment, traffic's banked up, and there you are riding in between the cars. Sometimes it's not against the law to ride on the footpath anymore, so sometimes your safest option is to go on an alternative route or on a footpath and just go a little bit slower than you. Now, it's very important to protect yourself. We all know the dangers of the UV rays here in Australia. I always use 50 plus sunscreen on the back of my neck. Obviously, when you're riding a bike all day, the sun's been glaring down on your neck, so I've always had 50 plus on my face, my neck, pretty much my legs, my arms, but I always have 2 water bottles with me, 750 milliliter, and I'm always drinking every 15 minutes because dehydration causes a lot of problems out there. If you're out in the Adelaide Hills on a mountain bike or on a road bike, anything longer than 90 minutes on the bike and you're not necessarily giving 100% like at strenuous exercise, but even at moderate exercise you're dehydrating, and especially in Australian summer, don't go anywhere without a water bottle. And it's not about just slamming it down, it's about just every now and again having a sip of water, and it'll stop you from dehydrating and keep your mental clarity and keep you safe on the road.